back, everybody. There you see some good scrambling and traffic on the left of your screen. Number 2, Kevin Harvick. He is in second place. Then we've got cars that have been lapped. Jason Jarrett in the 11, 44, Justin Levante. Then there's Randy LaJoie in the 1, the 00 of Buckshot Jones. That blue number 10 of Jeff Green, and the green and white 27 of Casey Atwood. Interesting view here from Elton Sawyer in 9th, back to 10th place, Todd Bodine.
Todd Bodine's car is not sticking to the bottom of the racetrack like he wants it to, so he uses the apron to help himself turn, and then he goes up in the center part of the corner. That's push. Now watch him. Well, as I say that, what's he do? He stays right out there.
Well, let's see if he does it at the other end of the race. How does the apron, the flat apron of a flat racetrack, help you turn?
Well, it kind of kicks the car around. You can see right there, he's very good getting in on the apron part. That gives him a good run. Now he'll turn back down because the car is not sticking.
Plus, he had to deal with the 15 of Derek Gilchrist, who had that inside groove.
People take my word for it. We watched him 4 or 5 times while we were away at break.
There he goes.
There, thank you very much. He's using that right now instead of making a chassis adjustment, which he can't do until he makes a pit stop, to make that car turn in and get good drive off the corner.
Don't you hate when that happens? It's like when the tooth is hurting until you sit down in the dentist's chair.
Yeah, but he had to go back to it. The way that car was pushing out in the center part of the corner, I knew he had to go back to that style.
Look at that. LaJoie and Buckshot have won here, but the other guys in the hunt today never have won here at New Hampshire. We're talking way back when. Guys like Tommy Ellis won a race here, Rick Mast, Kenny Wallace, Ricky Craven, Jeff Burton won a Busch Series race here, Joe Nemechek, Robert Presley, Derek Cope won here, Chad Little, LaJoie, McLaughlin, Buckshot Jones, Elton Sawyer. We have not had, it's like that second race at Talladega for so many years when the Winston Cup teams went back and we had that great stretch without a repeat winner. You know what I'm curious about, though, guys, is Ricky Craven. Ricky right now running in there. He is in the 23 car. He's in 7th spot, closing in on Casey Atwood. You just kind of think as many laps as he has here, he's just waiting. He knows something we don't.
Boy, and I've been watching him just like you have, Eli. And he was kind of just sitting there waiting, and now he's moving in on Casey Atwood in the 27 there. He knows how to get around this racetrack, and if they run into traffic, he's going to make himself known before this race is over, I think.
Has 3 career wins here, and the only guy to win a Busch Series race from the pole was Ricky Craven.
He is indeed, and he has got a very good race car there. He has said so all weekend, and he has shown it on the speedway. He owns that car in concert with his wife. The engine that's under the hood is built by a company he owns in part, but the real story here is that it has been a long time since Ricky Craven has been a contender to win a race. Several grinding crashes in Winston Cup really beat him up. He had to drop out, lost his ride for Hendrick Motorsports. Is Ricky Craven going to come back today and finally win after all of that? A lot of people have written this kid off and said the crash has got to him. He's not good anymore. It's pretty darn good right now.
Ricky Craven chasing down that man, Tim Fedewa. The crew cheering him on. He's up by 9/10 of a second on Kevin Harvick. Welcome back, everybody, to New Hampshire. Randy LaJoie being tended to, his car in the wall as he and Buckshot Jones tangled going up into turn number 3. And we'll take a look at what happened. First time we're seeing the replays ourselves.
Buckshot on the inside, Randy on the outside. They make contact right there, and around goes Randy LaJoie. Unfortunately, the driver's side hits very hard getting into that corner.
And if you follow NASCAR Busch Series racing, these guys have tangled in the past. And they tangle again. Man. Pit stops have taken place. Lap 88 for the leaders and lap 89 for those who are at least 1 lap down. Let's go to Larry McReynolds.
We lied. Casey Atwood, who was running 6th, those guys had one well of a stop. He come out 2nd. Casey been complaining the car was a little bit tighter pushing, just some slight air pressure adjustments, a little bit of air pressure out of the right front, left rear. And the thing about it, the stop those guys had, he might have had the lead after this caution when they went back on the racetrack, but he didn't have it in gear when they dropped the jack, so he comes out second. Now, Jeff Green, who was running fifth, who, again, appeared that he had one of the fastest cars. Similar situation, a little bit tight, a little bit of air pressure out of the right front. Both fronts actually in the left rear, and he comes out back on the racetrack in sixth. Glenn, how about your guys at the end of your pit road?
Well, down here, Larry, the leader, Tim Fedewa, came in. They had a great pit stop, changed 4 tires. Tim asked them to make no adjustments on the car, but after they took the tires off, we're getting word now. We don't know exactly which tire, but we're getting word of a tire that had some air pressure buildup in it. We'll follow up on that. Kevin Harvick in the number 2 came in. He also had a good pit stop. He got back out on the racetrack, I believe, in 3rd. Buckshot Jones also did 4 tires, and they made an air pressure adjustment on both the front tires. So, and I believe Buckshot got out in 4th position. So the only one that beat him out was the 2-tire stop of the 27 car, Casey Atwood. So good stops down here. We're going to follow up on that deal on Tim Fedewa's tires to see if that's going to be a continuing problem. The other thing I'm looking at, guys, is they pitted a little before lap 90. Now the question is whether anybody might try to stretch it and go all the way should this thing happen to go green the rest of the way. But wait a minute. This is New Hampshire. That ain't a chance.
Now watch this. Talk about action on the track. Watch what happens leaving pit road.
Ricky Craven didn't see the 2 car there, Kevin Harvick, as he was coming out. They made pretty significant contact coming out there, but the good part is neither car is damaged. I don't think they'll have to work on either car to continue on.
At least we can't see any damage. If anybody's going to be hurt on that one, it'd be Craven. He kind of whacked the right front a little bit.
This caution, the 4th of the afternoon after Randy LaJoie and Buckshot Jones tangled going into turn number 3, and you see the work continuing around Randy LaJoie's car.
He is out of the car. They did put Randy LaJoie on a stretcher. They're taking him to the infield care center. He is now out of the race car.
Working the 4th caution of the afternoon. We continue on TNN Sports after this.